Welcome to the TDC Canada Socially Served. My name is Sue Roskoff. The Disability Channel, or TDC, is out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, showcasing abilities. TDC provides digital media production, education, and employment programs by and for persons with disabilities and veterans. It's through media, training, and community partnerships that we create opportunities where we cultivate inclusion and truly make a difference for everybody. Joining me today is my co-host, Michael Martin Hummel, a writer, speaker, and podcaster dedicated to bridging the gap between disabled and able-bodied communities. Michael, it is so good to see you. How you doing?
It's good to see you too, and I'm good. I'm doing well.
Excellent. And you want to give us a quick update? You have an event coming up.
This Saturday is our Stories of Diversity. It's going to be the last one. It's before a hiatus that I'm probably going to take for about 2 months, and then it's on Life with some.
Excellent. So, and you have, let's see, was it 7? You actually have like 7 speakers coming this time.
We do. Yeah.
That's impressive. So, Stories of Diversity this Saturday, and where can people find out more information on that?
They can email me at michaelhummel@wilsonwarriors.com, or it's on Facebook, and yeah, those are the two places that you can find me.
Excellent. Oh, I'm excited to hear how that all ends up running, because with that many experts on board, you're going to have a great turnout. I'm excited for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, and we have an amazing guest joining us today. I am so happy to be introducing Desi Bolin to the show here. She is the founder and CEO of Virtually Sourced LLC, the Catalyst Collective, and Catalyst Conversations. And she is the creator of the Catalyst Framework, a transformational model that guides mission-driven entrepreneurs to scale with clarity, structure, and soul. After building and running multi-million-dollar systems behind the scenes for years, Desi realized that sustainable success isn't about doing more, it's about aligning more deeply. Today, she helps high-achieving leaders evolve from overextended operators into grounded visionaries with businesses that feel as strong, scalable, and soul-aligned as they are. Through the Catalyst framework, Desi equips entrepreneurs with the structure, strategy, and energetic alignment that they need to lead with confidence and freedom. No burnout, no chaos, just clarity and momentum. Whether she's designing operational blueprints for CEOs, speaking on the energetics of leadership, or guiding clients through transformative strategy intensives, Desi brings the perfect blend of precision, presence, and purpose to every experience. Desi, I am so happy to have you joining us here today. How you doing?
It's an absolute joy, Sue.
So, do you want to give us a little bit more of the background here, how you got started in the whole concept of this Catalyst framework?
Yes. Simply put, divine download. Divine
I
download.
love that.
I listened to it and it has immensely paid off, meaning it has brought me so much joy and fulfillment to be able to hold the space and container for those that I serve. And honestly, I should have started listening to downloads a lot earlier. And that's on me. That's on me, right? We take accountability, but yeah, no, that's really how I got started. It took shape over like 6 hours and I had it launched. So
Oh, yeah, and you know that you're in the place you're supposed to be when things come together like that.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you gotta trust and you gotta trust yourself.
So can you dive in a little bit more then? What exactly is this Catalyst framework?
Yes. Yes, I can. I love the catalyst. I love the catalyst framework. And honestly, it has transformed my life so much. Going through it myself, right? I test everything that I create because I'm a good success story, right? So the catalyst framework is really 4 phases. Phase 1 is going to be the clarity, which is the awakening. And that is where you clear the mental fog so that a leader can reconnect with the vision and the purpose. Phase 2 is the structure, it's the stabilization. And that is where you're building frameworks and strategies and structures that free you instead of bind you. Phase 3, my favorite phase, is the soul, and that's the alignment. And it's integrating that inner work that sustains your outer success. One of my core tenets is that everything that's in you is expanded and amplified in everything else that you do. And then phase 4 is growth, and that's the embodiment. And that's where you're leading from sovereignty and expanding your impact.
Beautiful. And so you work with a variety of clients.
Mhm.
Uh, I love success stories. I love relatable, that to me, that's helps to wrap my mind around a bit what it is that you all do with people. You want to give us a story or two, some examples of folks you've worked with?
Yeah. I'll provide different examples than I've given before. How about that? I have a client, I had a session with her, probably 2 weeks ago. And she came into the session that I had mapped out, right? And we didn't stick to that. She came in with a lot of heavy life stuff, so we switched gears. And by the end of that, she was in happy tears instead of sad tears at the beginning, right? Happy tears that she was held, right? A lot of times entrepreneurs and business owners, they do not allow themselves to be held. And there's a special release in that. That's one example. On the strategy side, oh gosh, there's so many. Picking just one, I think it'll come back to several clients of mine actually, where we've kind of dove deep into strategies and structures that have created multiple 7-figure business owners, right? And it's through strategies, structures, but also the internal work of being held and allowing yourself to be held that has created multi-million-dollar businesses, right?
Wow. Well, that is that outward sign of success as you're going forward that help. Oh my gosh. So to be able to walk forward in your path and with the help that you're giving to see that kind of a difference, that what a massive value. I mean, that's a very underrated way to say it, but I love the transformation that you help create in people. It's absolutely amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, honestly, I can say it brings me so much joy and so much fulfillment to be able to witness the transformation.
Absolutely love it. And Kurt's in the background here too. I want to go ahead and bring him in to join our conversation. Kurt, how are you doing today?
Absolutely wonderful. It's great to be here, being socially served and all the things.
Well, and I think you and Desi were able to meet previously. I'm not sure if you guys have known each other for a while or if it's been more of a recent connection. I'm so happy you guys have connected.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we've met a few times. We've been in the same rooms for a few years off and on now. So it's been great to reconnect and be here with all of you.
Excellent. Kurt, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, it's great to have you here, Desi, in our wheelhouse of coming out in television here and being a part of this work product of television, buying with people with disabilities and veterans. And we work on it with the Worldability Podcast Network as well to simulcast on our podcasting outlets with YouTube and so forth. So yeah, that's what it's all about with the networking and all the stuff we do. I come into these groups and say it's all about making sure that that everybody that I know knows Desi too. So that's what we're doing here.
That's perfect. Well, and I know one thing I didn't ask previously, Desi, you do some speaking engagements as well. I know you're here with us. What other types of speaking do you do?
So I am actually an international speaker. I've spoken at events all over the world, including an event that I ran with a Swedish peace ambassador.
Oh my
And
gosh,
that was
that's so
really
awesome.
fun. It's really fun. And it all comes out of relationships and conversations, right? And just allowing what comes up to come, to come to fruition. I actually ran an event of my own 2 weeks ago, and Michael, I have so much respect for you for having 7 speakers at your event this weekend. I did my virtual event last 2 weeks ago. It was called Empower Your Potential, and it was all about empowering your potential, not only in teams and in business, but also in yourself, right? And we had 22 speakers over 2 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What 20 is the most I've had. We're over 2 days.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I know what it takes to run events. I'm not only a speaker, but I do event production as well, and have earned a nickname in the space. So I absolutely love running events and walking this really in that when I'm in that mindset of running events, it's really about, for me, making sure my clients, their only worry is to show up and shine on stage, and everything else is taken care of.
That is beautiful. It's a tall order because there's a lot of moving parts when you're doing events like that. That's beautiful.
I
And
like
that's
to challenge myself.
Yeah, I can tell, and I love that. What has been of all the events that you've done, what's been your favorite one? If there is such a thing.
Oh, that is such a hard question, because I love each and every single one of them. They all have incredible aspects to them. I'll talk about ones that I've actually spoken on.
Mm-hmm.
I was just on one probably a month and a half ago. It was called I Am the Woman Who, and it was really a transformational event for me. Yes, I was running it, but I also spoke on it. So I'm giving that one a pass. And she is a good friend, the event host, and it was an incredible event. And just being able to show up and serve her audience in that way. Because a lot of people know me for strategies and systems. They don't know me for the energetic inner work. So that was kind of like my coming out in a bigger way. And that one has stuck with me.
I love that. That's perfect. Because working from the inside job is the hardest one.
It is, and the most rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and Kurt was involved in the conversation that we had just yesterday about that difference between knowing about something and understanding something or someone, perhaps yourself, perhaps in how we move forward, and what a difference that meaning is. You can know something, but to truly understand it is on a whole new level. And you want to speak to that a little bit?
Yeah. And you and I have had a little discussion around this already, right? Yeah. It's I look at it like, take the event example, right? If you're signed up for an event and you show up and you're just taking notes but not doing anything with the information, it's not going to move you forward, right? You will stay stuck. You will say this failed because, and in reality, taking accountability because you did not take implementation steps is really where it is. So information will not move you forward. Action always will.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So that and a lot. So I see that being a printout that goes right over somebody's desk or above your computer. So you can see that to remind yourself. I'm saying that to myself right now. What a great way to view that, because you're right. Action is what makes things change, what makes things move forward. Thinking about it is it might help in the planning perhaps, but it's that doing piece that makes the difference.
Right. And a lot of people get stuck in analysis paralysis. So if you're waiting for waiting for perfection, right? You're not going to attain it. Perfection is unattainable, as is balance, which is why I use the word harmony, right? And really, even if you're failing in the action, that is still momentum forward, because failure tells us more than successes actually do.
Understanding what doesn't work. And that the whole concept, one of my favorite phrases of failing forward.
Yes.
That's a John Maxwell one there that one stuck with me. I actually had the pleasure of hearing him speak on stage a couple of times way back in the day, and he had several pieces of what he talked about that were messages that absolutely stuck with me, and that
Right.
is definitely one.
Yeah.
Uh,
I invite you to fail. Failure is great.
yes.
Failure is so great because it allows you the creativity to think outside of the box and come up with a different solution. And that's going to move you forward in a way that winning or succeeding will not.
Absolute truth, but it takes somebody giving you permission to fail and encouraging you to go that route before that really is something that kind of sets in like, yeah, this is okay. This is okay. This is a part of the path. And
Yeah.
it's not a stumbling block, it's a stepping stone.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I absolutely love it. And I just want to make sure with the guys, do either of you have any questions you want to ask? I know we're want to be asking here for some final thoughts, but I don't want to ask that before you guys get your questions answered. Michael or Kurt, do you have anything else?
I don't have any.
All good. Kurt.
Yeah, so Desi, in the work that you do and what you look forward to each day, you know, kind of what is happening in your life and where this is going, where do you see the near future and the distant future? Like, describe that future trajectory for yourself, and what are
Yeah.
you going for that you're leaning into it so strongly that you're giving yourself permission to fail at it, but you're going to give it a run? Where's
Yeah.
your gusto taking you?
Oh, such a good question. Such a good question. There's a lot of different areas, right? Because I do so much, it's kind of a little bit of a loaded question because I have different goals for each thing. And I will be a 7-figure business owner. I know that. And there are many, many failures that come when you're trying to reach that goal, right? And it's Sue and I were talking about this a little bit, but it's being detached from the outcome, which is not to say we're cold, right? It's not meaning that we don't have emotion or that we don't feel. It means that we can show up in the way that we meant to show up without ascribing meaning to something, right? And not letting emotions affect the way you show up. Right.
That is such a huge thing. Oh,
it is, right? And I mean, like, I want to travel and things like that, of course, right? We talk about vision boards, and there's a lot of visions, and really, I have a hard time answering this question, I find, because Sue, going back to our previous conversation, I take everything one breath at a time, right? So I live more in the moment than I do in the future. And honestly, I found that moves me forward faster than anything else.
I love that because yeah, that's where the action is in the moment.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, well, I'm going to go ask each of you about just a final thought here if you want to share. Michael, do you have a final word for us for this evening?
I just wanted to talk about basically, I love the little nuggets or tidbits that you're giving, and I'm really gonna mull over this episode and like think more than I have previously. So thank you.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
Awesome. Kurt, final thoughts from you.
Well, congratulations, everybody. Got me thinking about my high school career. decades
Flashback
ago.
time.
And, yeah, so I'm thinking about here is I remember my coaches in football, and what was driven into us in part of our role as a football players, the coaches would say like, Roscoff, don't leave it, leave it on the field. You don't need to take it home. Leave it on the field.
Yeah.
Everything, like put it all out there. So there's that adage of life that I reach for, and I kind of bundle it with the thought of what's living on through you after you're gone, after your life is over. What's living on, and how are you growing that thing that'll keep growing after you die? And
Yeah.
I bring this together in culmination with prior to coming onto the show. I was on with the Open Mind, and we had a funeral director on there, and with about 30 people part of this huddle. And it was just really interesting to see the diverse reactions to all the topics of, life insurance and final planning and, the medical directives and all the things that people don't like to put in place, but there is that force in life that you really consider, how much you want to let things go and how much you want to, lean into your life, add life to your days to such a great extent that you're really creating the snowball effect
Yeah.
that you've got something that, when your mortality sets in and you go into the afterlife, what are you leaving for everybody that your life touches? And it gets me thinking of this book that I referred to in shows long ago. I would talk about this guy who wrote a book, 80,000 people building your life at the age of 80, and so this is through research he did, how many people it took to shape the influences and help a person in their 80 years of life get to that point, including the doctor that maybe helped the person be born, stuff. And just imagine that, in 8 decades, you got about 80,000 people that make possible reaching that milestone.
Right.
So it's something to consider, the role we have in others' lives and the role you all have in my life and how it all fits together. An exciting story. And I've talked before in my community organizing that my art form is to give each of you the pen or the microphone or the pencil, whatever it all is, the keyboard, to really get into this journalizing and, what do you call it, an autobiography, of kind of what your life is all about. So thanks, Desi, for everything that you're doing. The catalyst thing is a buzzword for me, and I have a Curtism that goes with it. Some people call me a Curtalist. So there you go. Try that one out for size. Sue, back to you.
Excellent. Well, Desi, I'm going to agree with Michael too on all the nuggets you've dropped along the way here today have been true gold. I just want to give it back to you so you can share how do we get in touch with you? What is your website? What's the best way to learn more? And then any last thoughts you have?
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, one, you can find me every stinking where, okay? I'm out there. Please reach out. My website is virtuallysourced.com. If you are looking to book a call, just go to talkwithdesi.com. It's really easy. And I love, Kurt, what you were saying. I look at personal growth and transformation, and this will be kind of my final thought to wrap up, is it's throwing a pebble in the water and creating ripples. Because I know from experience that each person that goes through breakthroughs through personal growth and transformation has a ripple effect on everyone around them. And that is impact.
Absolutely love it. So moving things forward with action and one breath at a time. This has been such an amazing conversation. Desi, thank you so much for spending time with us here. This again is TDC Canada, Socially Served. And